Hi, it's Coach David Halal. Um, we're gonna continue with the date talk. Um, One of the hardest thing for most people to enjoy really is to have the proper behavior around somebody that they dating, especially when you first met, and trying to impress each other. There are a few things you need to look out for because the person that you're trying to impress is also trying to impress you, even though they might act like they don't care sometimes, but they are trying to impress you because that's human nature. You just met. Um, you should be careful for an argumentative spirit, somebody who likes to argue, who all he or she wants to do is argue with you. Um, or sometimes they might become dismissive. They might become, um, you know, too corrective, or too scornful. Scornful. That's one you have to look out for. Um, if they show disinterest in your affairs, aloof, in your problems and difficulties in life, or your worries, and if you have to look out for condescension. You have to see if they, minimize you or look at you as being inferior and treat you or treat others like garbage. You go to a restaurant, you eating, and they mistreating the waiter or the waitress, or flirting with the waiter or the waitress right in front of you. You gotta be careful. And remember that a date is an experiment. Uh, it's an it's a date is an experiment, not a decision. Because what you're doing is trying to find out, feeling each other, trying to find out if we're a good match. If we're a good match. And a lot of times, in my life, one um, conversation disqualify the woman that I'm interested in, because one conversation can disqualify them. Sometimes they're not even talking to me, but I can see how they talk to others, or how they can be vulgar, or So I will always check to see, because conversation is extremely important. Conversation is information. Conversation is knowledge. While they're talking to somebody else, you can see where they are, their weaknesses there, or things that you might like or not like. So, and some people are just dating around. They're not looking to be serious. That's fine too, because they might just, well, I ain't gonna get married 10, 15 years from now. But of course, it's fine. But you gotta be careful for you not to be, you're thinking about getting married in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You're looking for a mate, but they looking just to have fun in 10, 15 years. Until, in 10, 15 years, that's when they want to get married. So you gotta make you gotta be careful so you don't have your heart broken. You have to be aware of people that deftly avoid your questions. Easy questions, or question about his or her past that they, don't want to go into it. They avoid. They don't want to discuss their goals with you. They're really not trying to get to know you. You see, all they want is, maybe they're just looking for sex. Maybe they're just looking for something else, So you got to be careful, because you have to pay attention to the minute details to see where they're coming from or what they're looking for. because some people, the attention of the attention of the opposite sex is enough for them to, you know, be satisfied. So you got to be careful about that. You also have to have a checklist of what you're looking for. Write down, before you start going out there and start dating, you need to write down what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, or what you're looking for. You need to have a list of the positive and the negatives, you know. You need to write down the person that you want. There's, you know, their height, their size, their skin color, you know, their qualities, personalities. Do you want somebody who's, you know, comical, you know, funny, or are you looking for somebody who's serious, who's not a talker? Are you looking for, you know, a woman who, you know, who has a good job, who has a career, who works out? You have to look for that. A woman who is doing this or doing that, a man that's doing this. So you got to know what you're looking for. Otherwise, you don't know, you know, you don't want your heart to just, when you fall in love and then now you don't know what you're looking for. You need to write the qualities and the qualities that you don't want. You know, you need to find if they have a agreeable temperament. Or are they contentious, you know? Are they fighters? Or, when I said fighters, in the sense of people who like to, you know, contend, you know, to argue and stuff, to, you know, troublemakers, basically, you know. You need to look for if your investments in life, or the things that you know, invest in. I'm not talking about investment only in money, but in, you know, if the things that you want in life, is it equal? You know, is that the same? Are they looking for the same thing? You need to also know that are you looking, you know, not only that, but while you're dating, find somebody who's not critical, who's not always bringing criticism. If they're always calling you names, you know, even while they're joking, when they're upset, they're gonna do the same thing. You know, if they, oh my goodness, you're terrible. Oh my goodness, you're selfish. Oh my goodness, they calling you name when you have not ever, you never calling them any names. That means when they argue with you, that's all they're gonna do. Or when you have a fight, that's all they're gonna call you names, and that usually. You know, they say criticism is the assassin of intimacy. You know, so that's very important. And to see how damaged they are, and you know, what their relationship with their own families are. So all these things you need to be careful for. I don't want this video to be too long. I give it to you piece by piece. That way, every time you need to go to check, to, you know, see what, you know, certain things, or if you want to hear me say it again, you can just press replay. You don't have to go through a 30-40 minutes video. You can check in 10 minutes. You can find out what, you know, something that I've said. If you have any question, you can email me at dyhallal@gmail.com. And then I will answer, your questions. So I will continue these videos on dating, just to document, you know, my persuasion, my beliefs, and the things that, you know, some people might not know. And I'm sure you probably know some things that I don't know when it comes to dating. But I'm sure I know, you know, some things that you don't know, you know, as well. So keep on checking on my YouTube channel, Certified Life Coach David Yeshua Hallal. And don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. Okay? This is David Hallal, fearlessly and passionately teaching you from A to Z. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Dating is fun, but be careful. Bye.